Hi, Owen Davis here from Leafield Real Estate. Here with another interview, this time with a solicitor, good friend of mine. I was going to call you an old friend of mine, but I'd rather say good friend of mine. But here, Martin Collins from Collins Legal. And Martin, could you just tell us a bit about yourself, your business, and how you work with property buyers, property investors specifically?
Sure. So I've been in the legal game for over 30 years. My current practice, I've been operating for the past 12 years on my own with small staff. We do a lot of conveyancing. Most of it is referral work from brokers, and I think our point of difference in that is that we're always quick to report back to our referrers and to keep the line of communication open and to be good with our service.
Great. And yes, we've been working together for a number of years.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about what you're seeing in the market in the last 12 months or at the moment with people buying investment properties, especially with all the issues we've had with the Royal Commission and so on, from your perspective.
Well, there's been a big change over the last 12 months. The beginning of that time, a lot of movement in the market, a lot of interest. Things were going very well. With the Royal Commission, it's been harder and harder for investors to get loans, and we were finding that, especially for people buying off the plan, they were having problems with the banks constantly lowballing the valuations on the land or the house and land packages that they were buying, and finding that they perhaps had to shop around a lot more in order to get that loan across the line.
All right.
So that's been a big problem for them, and especially investors in Brisbane found that they were getting a lot of pressure on the valuation side.
All right. Yeah, because you're based here in Sydney, in Baulkham Hills.
Yes.
In Norwest Business Park, but you mentioned Brisbane. You do conveyancing not just here in New South Wales, but for Queensland as well?
Yes, I had a referrer who was linked with a developer on Hope Island, and we did a batch of purchases into a off-the-plan development up there, which is about 6 towers in total.
Right.
And that gave me the grounding to then ride the wave of Queensland property investment, which seemed to come and has been over the past couple of years. People have, especially in Sydney, seen that it's a lower buy-in, good rental return, and it's been ticking along quite nicely until recently with the problems with investment.
Have you noticed any improvements in the market in the last few months?
There's been a bit of interest, but most referrers that I'm talking to are saying that they've moved out of the investor market and are more concentrating on first-home buyers.
Okay, all right. And the future for the rest of this year, where do you see the market going, or any insights that you might have?
Well, I'm still seeing some interest in clients that I have coming back and selling and having interest in selling and buying. There's still value in the market, and especially I'm talking Sydney now. So I think with the election, people tend to close down a bit. So I'd like to get the 2 elections out of the way. Then people can get a bit more confidence and move on. Always, it's a bit of a disruption, people don't like uncertainty.
No.
And once all those things are sorted out, I think we'll start to see a pickup towards the end of the year. And
any general advice for people looking to buy or sell from anything from a conveyancing point of view to people looking at buying investment properties specifically, but in general as well?
I think the biggest thing that I'd be concerned about at the moment is with apartments. A lot of Sydney apartments are getting caught up with this whole cladding business.
Right.
And even this building that we're sitting in now, there's been talk about the cladding on the building.
Right.
So a lot of owners are getting stuck with that and potentially could get stuck with that. You saw the fire in the apartment block about a month ago. Also, a certain number of the new apartments are not quite up to what they should be in terms of quality, and a number of body corporates are finding that they have to put their hand in their pocket to do some. They're either chasing the developer or they're putting their own hand. They're having to pay out to fund structural repairs, and we've seen that most dramatically in that apartment block in the Surrey Hills or somewhere in the inner city, anywhere where everyone had to leave.
The one in Homebush.
Yeah. It's still vacant.
Part.
So I think care should be taken by apartments. In fact, I had a call from an owner who was selling an apartment and got badmouthed by the estate, the body corporate manager, who said that they'd ignored requests by them to do work on the unit. They weren't doing it, and it was affecting a sale. So
wow.
I don't know whether he didn't know where that came from, where the comment came from. So just be a little careful.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks, Martin. And any other insights, or if we get any questions from anyone for about buying a property, please let us know. Any other general questions, or anyone else that you'd like to hear from, please reach out to us, whether you're listening to us on the podcast or on any of the other platforms. Thank you. See ya.